You are welcome to Married and Single Connect. Today, by the grace of the Lord, I will be sharing with us on a topic that captures discipline you must maintain to sustain your relationship and marriage. Discipline you must maintain to sustain your relationship and marriage. Discipline is very, very important in relationship and marriage. If you want your relationship to last, if you want your marriage to stand, you need to be disciplined. You need to be disciplined. When you are not disciplined, you are like a motor car without a gear or a brake. Accident is inevitable for that kind of vehicles because it lacks gears or brake. So discipline is like a gears. What gears and brake does to motor car, to motor vehicles, that's what discipline does to you in your relationship and marriage. When you are disciplined, you know the right thing to do, you know the right thing to say, you know how to behave your way, you have to compose yourself in a way and manner that will help your relationship and marriage to stand. What is discipline? Discipline is giving your relationship what it demands and not what you like. Discipline is giving your relationship what it demands and not what you like. Sometimes what you like, what you wish to do, it may be hurtful or be harmful to your relationship if you do it. So, but it is discipline that will now let you to let go of what you like and to give your marriage what it demands or what it takes for it to grow, what it takes for it to stand, what it takes for it to have a peaceful home. So discipline is giving your relationship or marriage what it takes and not what you like. Discipline can also be said self-control. Another word for discipline is self-control, the ability to put yourself under control. Self-imposed discipline, that one will not take you anywhere. But the discipline that you inculcate by yourself, that's the one I'm talking about this afternoon. The Lord bless you. If you don't know how to say no to flesh, if you don't know how to say no to pleasure, you may end up ruining your relationship. If you don't know how to say no to some certain things, if you don't know how to say no to pleasures, know how to say no to the flesh, you may end up destroy your marriage. Because sometimes as a married couple now, maybe sometimes in your own mind, you may feel like I want to go on a party, and this party it will require that you travel out of your current city into another city. If your spouse said no, you should not go to this kind of party, you cannot leave the house for days because of party, you have to abide with it, just for peace to reign in your marriage, just for love to continue your marriage, just for your marriage to stand. So you need to learn how to say no to the flesh and to the pleasures in order to make your home or relationship stand. So it is discipline that will make you to say no to some substance that is of benefit to you, that is of benefit but for the sake of marriage, for the sake of your relationship, you just let it go. Discipline is doing or giving the required and not what you desire. Discipline is giving what is required for your marriage to work and not you desire, because what you desire sometimes it may be hurtful, it may ruin your relationship. So we can also say discipline can also be defined as the practice of training oneself to follow rules or code of behaviors using self-control, commitment, and consistencies. Self-control, commitment, and consistencies. Self-control, commitment, and consistency. You need to have self-control to put yourself under control. Commitment, that one talk about even when things are not convenient for you, because you want your peace to reign in your marriage, you just have to do it. That is commitment. Commitment sometimes require you do sacrifices on things. So, and consistencies, that is, it's not as if you do something today and you fail to do it tomorrow. Consistent talk about try to be consistent in saying good things to your spouse, be consistent in doing good things, be consistent in doing the right things. So that is discipline. So those three things must be in place: control, self-control, consistencies, and commitment. Self-control, consistencies, and commitment. Marriage will demand commitment. It will require a lot of commitment. What is commitment? It requires in paying school fees, As a man, quite commitment at paying house rent. As a woman, it is quite a commitment in waking up early, cooking for your family. It will require a commitment in taking care of the kids. So marriage require a lot of commitment and consistency. Consistency to always say good things about your spouse, to always learn how to appreciate, how to compliment, how to show cares, how to show love. Consistencies to say good thing, thinking about your word before uttering it. Consistencies. So these three things have to be in place if you want to be disciplined, and if you want your marriage to stand, if you want your home to stand. So you need to be consistent, you need to have commitment, and you need to have self-control. We can also say is discipline also will help you to have a sense of directions, a sense of purpose. Discipline also will help you to have a sense of direction and a sense of purpose. You know, when the purpose of the things is not known, abuse is inevitable. Is inevitable. So in your homes, there should be purpose for everything that you did, everything that you are doing. There should be a direction of where the family is going through. Two of you should have the same goal that you are pursuing, the same vision that you are following in order for your home to stand. Now, today I'll be showing you some of the areas that you need to embrace disciplines if you want your relationship to last, if you want your marriage to last. And number one area is your discipline in sleep. Proverbs chapter 24, verse 34 says, "A little sleep, a little slumber, so shall your poverty be much." A little sleep, a little slumber, and a little fold of hands, so shall your poverty be much. You need to be disciplined in your sleep. Sometimes, as a wife, you need to be disciplined in your sleep, because to wake up early in the morning, cook for the house, prepare bath for the children to go to schools, and preparing a nice meal for the husband, maybe to eat in the morning breakfast, it require you waking up early. It require you wake up early. So if you are the type of person that used to sleep to daybreak, maybe around 7 a.m., 8 a.m., if you are married now, you can't do that, because you have to wake up early to take care of your kids. You have to wake up early to make sure that the breakfast is ready for the family. You need to learn to be disciplined. And as a man too, you need to be disciplined. It's not all the time that you'll be sleeping. You need to be disciplined, at least to go out to discipline, to wake up early, to go to work if you are a career person, or to go to your shop, your office, to where you get source to incomes to sustain the family. So you need to be disciplined in sleeping, in your sleeping. So a little sleep, a little fold of hands, a little slumber, so your poverty be much. That's number one area that you need to be disciplined. This number two areas that need to be disciplined is in your mouth. Your mouth. You know, even when you are not disciplined in your mouth, when you will be saying something that you are not supposed to say, you will not know. You will not know, because before you know it, you just be uttering your mouth to say what you are not supposed to say. You need to discipline your mouth. You need to have a guide in your mouth. You need to have a guide in your mouth. And the Bible encourages in Ecclesiastes chapter 6, verse 7. It says, "All the labors of man is for his mouth, and yet the appetite is not full." All the labors of man is for the mouth, and yet the appetite is not full. Then we talk about 10 figure to eat as a family man, because you have a wife and a kids that you have to take responsibility over. You have a wife and kids that you need to take responsibility over. And even also applies for a woman. So the woman also should not be using the 10 fingers to eat, because in one way or the other, you have to support your husband. You have to support your husband, maybe no matter how small it may be. So all the labors of man is for the mouth, yet the appetite is not filled. So that means you have to guide your mouth, not using all your finances for food. And me, I must eat everything, I must consume everything. No, you need to discipline your appetite. Proverbs chapter 13, verse 3 said, "He that keepeth his mouth keepeth his life." He that keepeth his mouth keepeth his life. That one talk about, don't just utter anyhow word. Before you say anything, you have to watch it. You have to watch the impact that you have in your lives, in the lives of your kids, and the lives of your children. You need to discipline your mouth, not just to say anyhow words, not just to be casual in saying you have to mean what you said, and said what you mean per time. In Proverbs chapter 23, verse 1 to 2, He said, he said, take a knife before you and cut your throat. That one also talk about discipline your appetite. He also talk about discipline your appetite. And Proverbs chapter 1 verse 5, he said, a wise man will hear and will increase in learning. A man of understanding shall attain unto counsel. That one talk about discipline your mouth in order to not to use all the money that you're supposed to use for personal development to eat, because in mind you have to give room for personal development. When you develop yourself personally, it will help your relationship. But when you are not developed, it will also have a negative impact on your relationship. It will also have a negative impact on your relationship. The Lord will help us in the mighty name of Jesus. Another aspect that need to be disciplined is moral discipline. That is moral control. You need to develop the ability to say no without feeling guilty. I've said something similar to that when I'm trying to define discipline. That one talk about, if you are a disciplined man, you will not cheat on your spouse. When you start cheating on your spouse, either as a man or as a woman, is a sign of indiscipline. A sign of indiscipline. You have to flee from sexual immoralities. Is a sign that you are a disciplined man. When you flee from sexual immorality, is a sign that you are disciplined. When you don't use all the money that's supposed to take care of the family to for funds in the weekends, a sign that you are disciplined. So there is also a place of moral disciplines. You don't go to where you are not needed. It's not everywhere that you are needed. You should know where to go and where not to go. That one talk about also the moral discipline. So you have to be disciplined in moral, and the Lord will give us understanding in the mighty name of Jesus. Another aspect that's into and discipline is be disciplined for to develop yourself personally. I've said something related to it, that is personal development. Strive to make yourself a better person of you on a daily basis. When your spouse see that you are not stagnant in learning, it also have a kind of impact on your relationship. But when you are not craving for learning, it will have negative impact on your relationship. Because even though as you are growing older day by day, your face may be grow older, but you should not be grow older in your thinking faculty. The more you grow, the more increase in your wisdom should be. The more increase in wisdom you should have. The more increase in knowledge you should have. The more increase in understanding you should have. But when you do not give room for personal development, even what you know will start diminished. So you must give room for personal development. And this personal development, it will stress you sometimes. It will require that you wake up in the middle of the night. I'm not talking about the education, the secular education that is going to acquire more certification. If you need to acquire more certification, why not? But I'm talking about personal development that will involves growing spiritually, that will involves growing in your careers, that involves growing how to manage your emotion, that will involve growing how to manage kids, growing how to manage your spouse. So I'm talking about all round personal development. So you must be disciplined. And if you are not disciplined, there will not be room for growth, because all you'll be thinking is that you are too busy. There is no even time for you to go for personal development. And meanwhile, there is time for personal development if you are disciplined enough to set time for it, to set time for it to set time for it. And lastly, another area that you need to be disciplined, that you have to be disciplined in saying a word of affirmation or gratitude to each other consistently. When I'm defining discipline, I mentioned three major things. I say self-control, consistencies, and commitment. So consistency, you must be consistent in complementing each other's daily, often. When you start complimenting each other often, you are reviving your loves. You are reviving the love between two of you. The flames of your love will keep going higher and higher, because words are powerful. Words are powerful, and whatever you said can never be unsaid again. So that is why you have to be intentional saying things, that will make your marriage to become sweeter. Some people what all they are much interested in intentional or how to they will retaliate. They are very intentional how to abuse their wife. Maybe they see their spouse do something wrong. They are very intentional how to retaliate back, how to fight back, how to say their own back, how to pay back the evil things. No, you have to become intentionally saying good things to each others, because as we been intentionally saying good things about each other, you just see that your relationship is growing, becoming better and better. And the Lord will help us in the mighty name of Jesus. Thank you. I've come to the end of today's live broadcast. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and God bless you.